Hey YouTube, Longbows Post 975. I don't normally do pickup videos for like, one game. So I am this time. You're probably thinking, well, this game's going to be something pretty fucking spectacular. It's not. By my standard, and by my standard I don't mean to dress up my collection, but obviously most of my collection is Japanese. I guess because this is a PAL game, this is pretty boring and sedate, but it was a big part of my collection back in the day, and it does have an interesting story behind it. The other interesting thing about this is I mailed this away. It cost me £2.50, with postage, which I guess is, well, I guess it is fantastic, even for a PAL game. But having said that, I could have bought this 2 weeks ago in the local high street in a store called Cash Generators, not Cash Converters, Cash Generators. And it's not that I'm a lazy collector, but when just one of those moments where you can't be bothered to do something. And I walked in Cash Generators and I saw this on the shelf, and then I just went like, oh crap, I ain't got no cash on me. And then I thought, I simply can't be bothered to leave the store, get some cash, come back in and buy, even though it's like £1.50. And the even more annoying thing is, it makes me such a sad collector, is here's the front of the store, cash machine here, cash machine here, cash machine here, and they're all free. So, shame on me for that. Anyway, what's the game? The game is a PAL copy of the original Sonic the Hedgehog. By the way, I don't mean to, rain on anyone's parade in North America, but I do actually, compared to the Genesis box art, kind of prefer this one. I don't know, I just think it's kind of a more manga-esque feel on here. Ooh, a nasty sticker. Ooh, sweet removal. I do like it when that happens. Why do I love this game? It's Sonic. It may be the PAL version, but obviously because it's a proper old school Mega Drive game, you get the dual ROM stuff, so when I play it on my Mega Drive, I get it in 60Hz, so it's not, a train wreck of Sonic. Such good nick, such good nick. Look at the condition on that bad boy. He's even got the little nipply thing going on the top. Cartridge is proper, proper nice as well. I'm gonna sound like a gaming snob here, but maybe because it's my first console, well, not my first console, but my first, sort of big investment console. Just don't like the shape of UK, European and US cartridges, but that's just me. Interestingly enough, I couldn't work out why this weighed so much. Sorry, sticker, go away. Yeah, it's a columns manual in there, and when I opened it, I'm like, ah, shit, please don't tell me. And no, don't know how this has happened. It's properly wedged in there, yeah. Columns. Sonic manual. So, meh. Don't need a columns manual. Don't ever plan on buying columns, because cheap poor man's Tetris. But yeah, even the manual on this is a proper good neck. Now, the reason I bought this as a PAL version is because it's, the version I had as a kid. Now, cool thing about this is there's a story behind this game. First time I ever went abroad, first time I went on holiday in a foreign country was 1991. It's obviously when this game came out, and that's when we went to stay with my dad's brother in Boston. We stayed there in 91, and we went back in 92. Two of my favourite vacations or holidays ever, because just awesome. Up until that point, all my holidays or vacations were basically, in a chalet or in a caravan by the seaside. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those are my best favourite times of my life. But obviously a whole new world at the age of sort of 14, 15, going abroad to a different country. And I don't care what anyone says, in this country, when you're a kid, when it came to like going on holiday, like the Holy Grail was going to America, because way back then, unlike now, movies came out before they did here, games came out before they did here, systems came out before they did here, albums came out before they did here. And obviously in the early 90s, you got these proper long boxes for the CDs. Never saw them until I went to the States. And I remember two of my gaming related pickups when I went to the States for the first time were Permanent Vacation by Aerosmith and Pump by Aerosmith. Now, I love Aerosmith. Back then, not now, because now they're a train wreck of shitness. Anyway, I'm drifting way off topic. Now, here's the thing. Saved all my money up, walked up to the airport. Where I live, the airport's literally like 15 minutes on foot up there. traded all my hard-earned, pocket money jobs I had as a kid, working in the pub, working in my dad's garage and shit like that, into dollars. So I had like, I don't know, $300 to take with me. Sounds like a lot for the early 90s. I properly worked my ass off for that. But at the same time, I knew that round about the day before we flew to Boston that this was coming out, and it was so hyped in all the magazines and had been so hyped for so long, even though I had a chunk of money put aside to buy games when I went to America, and I could have bought this, I guess, in its Genesis form. I couldn't wait. Even though I'd only get to play this for one day, I absolutely could not wait. So I remember the day that I should have been kind of, chilling out and relaxing and, packing and shit like that. And I remember my parents at the time thought, like, what's wrong with you? I got up, at like 7:45 in the morning and then took the bus downtown. And they were like, but we're going on holiday tomorrow. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm just like, I need Sonic. And they just looked at me like, some confused little deer in the headlights of a car. What the hell's Sonic? But I didn't care. And yeah, I remember going to the Virgin Game Store downtown Bristol, Broadmead, and basically going there. It's funny, isn't it? Games now, even games back then were kind of big. Well, I don't know, like, on the Mega Drive, like Mortal Kombat 2 and stuff like that. But you didn't pre-order this, and there were no lineups for this, even though all the game magazines had hyped it forever, and it was going to be a big game. And yeah, I just remember that my watch went 9 o'clock, the doors opened, I walked in, I bought this, I came out, I got the bus or 2 buses home, and then I played the crap out of it for one day, and then that was it. Went to bed, got up at stupid o'clock in the morning the next day, flew to the States, had a thoroughly fucking awesome, 3-week holiday with my dad's brother, and then came back. And that was the holiday where I bought Atomic Robo Kid Genesis, and I bought Fantasia Genesis. And the funny thing is, even though I bought both those games, the first thing I did when I came back, unpacked, got over my jet lag, because I was a child, and jet lag properly fists your face when you're a child, was, put this back in and carry on exactly where I left off before my holiday. So yeah, this is an important game in my collection. It may be a PAL game, but it's an important game in my collection. So yeah. So what do I need now? 3 games. I need 3 games. Having said that, every time I kind of try and nail down how many games I need, I kind of balls it up and forget another game. But yeah, there you go. Sonic the Hedgehog PAL. Very happy to have this. I'll see you later.